Okay, hello Lani. This is my second video of this project. Okay, so this one is just a cross section. It's not in 3D. It's just sort of to make you more informed. So what I'll do is I was still about to finish up explaining the whole layout of the wall. So, but before I reach to the end, I just want there's another diagram that I would like to show you. Alright, the most important thing is actually sort of, let me just introduce you to this diagram. Basically, this is the existing wall. Alright, and this is the wall. And what you'd like to maximize is this space here between the new existing wall and the bank or the slope. Okay, so now to get it, you're gonna have to start from your neighbors, where your boundary line ends, somewhere down at the bottom. Yeah. Right, here, so let me just sort of start from scratch. You might say, what is this now? Okay, so now your neighbor, there is actually sort of a small brick wall, and your peg is somewhere down here. The electrical pole is somewhere here on the corner here, and your peg, your boundary line is somewhere at the bottom right here. Okay, so now another thing is the bank is a bit rockery. We not sure if, but I tested. I'm not a geologist, but the way I assessed it, it's sort of powder. It's like chalk. It's like limestone. It's easy to chop with the brick hammers without having to get some explosives. And by the way, explosives are not allowed in the stranger. So basically, what you're gonna have to do is this: the bank is very slope. So now we're gonna have to excavate in a way that we are gonna have to open up a space for the footings. Alright, so probably that's what we're gonna be doing. Is I'm moving this. We are gonna be chopping from the bank, opening up the space that we need for us to start building. So we are gonna be sort of going straight level to get a 90-degree. So you can see that this is part of the excavation that we are gonna be scraping out from the bank. Is forming a shape of a triangle. Alright, so and then after that, what we're gonna have to do probably is to then do hold on, just to something like that. Just open up like a trench. Okay, I'm sure you can see, and then that's when we're gonna have to go probably maybe 600 deep or maybe 700. Okay. Alright, so this is actually sort of from the early stages after excavation, open up the trenches. So you see, the most important thing is the slope, and is the fact that we're not sure if the rock is gonna be sort of easy to break, but that is gonna be entirely up to me, because if you were sort of to say, okay, you are considering hiring me, that shouldn't be actually sort of a big problem to me. Alright, so now this is where we're gonna build our 7 meters, starting from here, going all the way to the top. So what I'll do is, if I get a chance, I'm probably gonna sort of do my final drawing, just sort of to illustrate how it's gonna look like after the completion. So it's basically sort of to fill up this whole section here. That's when you're gonna need a lot of gravel. It's probably more of 2.5 meters that you are gonna get between the existing wall and the new wall that we are gonna build between this line and this line. So this is the area that we'd like to maximize to get enough parking. Alright, so let me just sort of spin it around so you can see exactly the structure of this whole drawing. Okay, so I sort of although I didn't label it like in terms of the dimensions, the length and the width, but it was more like sort of to give you an idea that if you were to approach to start the project, what will be the preliminary, what will actually involve what will actually constitute the preliminary stage activities. So with the aid of a diagram, I've tried to sort of illustrate with this kind of a drawing. So I could sort of zoom it, but yeah, so you can see clearly. I could spin it one more further. Alright, so yeah, as I said that if I get another chance, I will sort of draw how it's gonna sort of a drawing of how it's gonna look like after the successful completion. Alright, so I gave you the estimate last time, so we could still hold on to that, but it's subject to change, because if the engineer says, hey, let's make a double course, then you're probably going to need more blocks. If he mentions something about how we should reinforce the wall, that will be actually sort of above the initial estimate I have already given you. So yeah, it would be necessary to sort of do some sort of a drawing in 3D, because most plans from engineers, they're like sort of not 3D. So sometimes to really visualize what they are trying to actually sort of explain to you, sometimes it's not easy to sort of get a full picture. But with this kind of a drawing that has 3D, it makes it easier to comprehend the plans and the specifications. Okay, so yeah, so what I'll do is, you let me know. I don't know how, whether you are ready to sort of getting started, but that is entirely up to you. But whenever you say you feel like you want us to start, I'm gonna be also available to ensure that I start immediately whenever you say let's get started. Okay, all right, thank you so much for listening, Mr. Padayach.